Hi, everybody. So, you guys probably missed the funny stories. I will bring them back. I promise. I will bring them back. I recorded a couple, but I deleted them just because, like, for one, there's actually two that I deleted by accident. But I plan to record those again. But I'm going to record a totally different funny story today. So, one time, so I went to an NFB center. I went to a summer program in Colorado. Basically, you guys are probably aware of that if you have listened to some of my other posts in the past. When I told that story about how my roommate didn't admit to what was going on when that night when the neighbor had complained about us making all that noise. So that's another story in itself. So you guys go find that video if you are not aware of that story, if you don't know the story about that. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about what happened, a very different experience. Okay, so when you're around a lot of people who are blind, obviously that comes with being around a lot of people who have canes. That's just what happens when you're dealing with a bunch of people who are blind. So, what I used to do is I used to take the person's cane, like with my cane. So let's say, for example, like our canes hit each other. Like I didn't hit them per se, but I hit their cane. Like our canes, we're both using our canes, and the canes just hit. The canes just touched each other, and the canes hit. So what I would do is I would make sure I would take the person's cane with my cane. I would make sure that it was underneath. My cane was under their cane. And what I would do is I would lift up the person's cane. I would lift up the person's cane. I would try to tell the story too. Okay, so I would lift up the person's cane. I would put it up in the air and move it behind them. So that is what I would do with the canes. And I remember I was out on mobility when I did this, but they called it travel. So I was out and I was doing travel when that took place one day, and the travel instructor, he basically said, you can't do that. You can't lift up people's canes like that. So he talked to me about it. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he did talk to me about it and tell me that I can't just lift up people's canes like that. So I remember that one day we had to have a meeting because we were going. You go to the NFB convention when you're out there, and we had a meeting, and this lady who I did that to, she was there, and she had she had just made a general announcement, and she basically said, so the other day when I was out walking, we collided. I collided with another person, and she was using her cane. Well, they didn't know if it was a he or she, but she basically said someone was using their cane, and this person hit my cane, which it was an accident, but this person lifted up my cane with hers, put it up in the air, and moved it behind me. And I don't really remember exactly what else was said, but she basically said that, like, and then I don't remember, I think, like, they were just trying to say, like, some of the other staff was just like, you can't, this is saying, guys, just don't do that, don't move people's canes like that. And the guy who was the travel instructor, he said, yes, I'm aware of that, and I spoke to that student, and obviously he didn't single me out because we were in a room with a bunch of people, so he didn't single me out, but I guess he figured he would just talk to me about it later on, which he did. So that day when we were in travel, he said, you remember that lady who was talking this morning about how someone moved her cane? Well, she was referring to you. And I said, yeah, I knew that. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Like, I know you guys probably are not going to think it's funny, but, like, to me that was, like, I'd move people's canes up in the air. So, like, that could be dangerous, because, like, they could be walking and all of a sudden, like, oh no, their cane could just, like, move. Or, like, they could realize, like, oh no, my cane's not in front of me. Like, they could just be like, oh no, my cane's not in front of me anymore. Like, dude, what's going on here? And then, like, all of a sudden, the next thing they know is, like, their cane's up in the air and then behind them. So, like, that could be dangerous. Which, I'm aware of that, but sometimes, like, you don't think. When someone's cane hits yours, like, on impulse, like, sometimes you just get so pissed off that you just want to, like, throw a brick at the wall. So you're just like, ugh, I'm gonna move that person's cane. And I don't care if they die. No, obviously, you do care, but, like, you just don't think at the time when somebody does something like that. So, what I want you guys to do is, if you guys have YouTube channels, leave them in the comments down below. If you guys want to promote your YouTube channels on my video, like, I don't have a problem with that. And maybe what you guys can do is you guys can maybe leave a comment with one of your funny stories, or else you can do a video, and I'd love to see it. Okay, so be sure to comment, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video, which will hopefully be a Scentsy haul. Which it will be a Scentsy haul. It will be. Not gonna tell you what I got. You're gonna have to wait for the haul.